Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Building Winning Teams, a simple step-by-step guide. This is the first of our Facebook Live supplementary sessions. We're going to be with you after each and every video to give you some further training on the topic that we've just covered in that video. And of course, we're here also to answer any of your questions. If you've done the exercises in one of the videos and you're feeling stuck or uncertain, or you have any questions at all around building yourself a winning team in your business, these Facebook Lives are exactly where you're going to be able to get all of those questions answered. So thank you for joining me. And if any of you are catching the replay, either here live on Facebook or on the video series itself, then welcome, and it's so great to have you here. The entire purpose of this series was that it was going to be easy to digest information that you could watch at a time that's suitable for you, because I know that joining things live can be tricky sometimes when you're busy running a business. So I super appreciate you if you're catching the replay, and welcome and thank you for being here. So the Building Winning Team series is a brand new video series that we've just launched. We're running right through till next week. So if you know of someone that you think is going to be of benefit, that might really benefit from this series and you'd love them to join in, please invite them along. The more the merrier. We'd love to have them here if you think this will be useful for them. This series is all about showing you the framework that other business owners, other savvy and successful people in business are using to build amazing teams for their business. Building teams is one thing, but building a winning team is an entire other. A winning team is a team that's going to generate business success for you. A winning team is a team that's going to get on with things even when you're not there. A winning team is going to be more productive. And even better, a productive team, an engaged team, is a more profitable team for your business. So by building a winning team, you are going to generate business profits, business success, and imagine what that gives you in return. Whether you're the business owner or you're one of the key leaders in the business that you work for, we all know that generating a good profit, having high success in our business, generates the things that we desire in our lives. Let me know if you're joining me live. You can just pop a comment in chat. Now, I will let you know, just a bit of housekeeping. I am coming to you live on StreamYard, so you will need to give StreamYard permission to let me know your name. If you're wanting me to know your name in the comments, there's a little button at the top of the comment section there that you can allow StreamYard to do that. But if not, you can just pop in comments and I'll see you as an anonymous Facebook user or something like that. So let me know if you're here live, if you have any questions about video one. I'm going to start to talk through what we discussed in video one and let you know what's coming up for our future videos. So, of course, in video one, we spoke about some of the frustrations that many of us experience as business owners when we are building our teams, because we don't always get it right first up and we don't know what we don't know, right? I've been there. I guess like any mechanic that has a dodgy car in their front yard, I also made mistakes along the way when I was building my team. I previously had a very large consultancy business where I was employing many, many consultants, and I suffered some of the frustrations that some of you may have. I recall one particular time when I decided I was going to take a break from the business. Now, this was quite some years into my business journey, and I did have a really strong team at the time. These were very capable, very skilled, very experienced practitioners in their field. So in my mind, this was going to be totally fine. I was in North Queensland in the first holiday I'd had, I think probably ever, from my business at that time. And I literally nearly threw my phone into the water on 4 Mile Beach during a morning run because something had monumentally gone wrong with some very important documents for a client that I had set up really so that they couldn't go wrong. And that was a turning point for me, because that was the point I realized that I had a team, and I had a really good, solid team, and a team that I'm friends with many of them still today, great people. But I didn't have a winning team, because I couldn't take that holiday without having to worry about what was going on at work, without having to worry whether things were getting done. That's the turning point. I want you to build a team that it gives you the freedom to be able to take that holiday. Can you imagine a time in your business where you can step away and feel totally confident that everything's covered? For many of you, that might feel like a distant potential. For some of you, you might already have that in place. Possibly you've built a team that you think is pretty strong, but then something's just gone wrong at some point. Either the last hire was not fabulous, someone's just seems to have switched off and has become, we call it disengaged in the business, but possibly it's even toxic or really problematic for the team. Maybe things just aren't getting done as you wanted them to, and possibly you kind of got to the point of frustration where you thought, I might as well just do it all myself. That'd be so much easier. And in a lot of ways, it will be easier. You'll get more done. You'll get all the things done. But at what cost? You'll be working all the hours. You certainly won't be taking a break. When you're not there, nothing will happen. So whilst it might seem like a short-term solution, long-term, when we're building our teams, when we're building a team that's going to really generate this business success, it's not viable. We need to build a team that we can rely on, a team that has our back when we're not there. Imagine a time when you actually don't feel well and want to take a day off sick. As business owners, we don't take sick days. I get it. But one day you may be in that situation and you may actually really want to just stay in bed for the day. And knowing that you can do that and your team have it covered. Maybe one of the kids is sick, and instead of scrambling, trying to find someone to help care for the kid or what, I certainly was bringing mine into the office a lot when I was early on in my business. I just, conjunctivitis, tuck them under the arm, into the office we go. That's not the solution, guys. I want to create a better future for you and your business where you don't have to feel guilt around that, where you know that you can take that day and things are not going to fall apart, where you can take that time to be with your family if that's what you need and that's what they need from you. And that's what we're working on here inside the Building Winning Teams series. So in video 1, we started to talk about not only how we make that a reality, but the exact pathway that other business owners are following to ensure that is a reality for them. I introduced you to the concept of the people pathway. Now, this is the exact pathway we teach inside your people-powered business membership, and this is the framework that those businesses are following to have that business success. Now, by following some of the elements or even all of the elements in this framework, there's business owners within the membership that are making great changes. They're working 4-day weeks because they can. They're working from different locations. They are taking a week at their holiday house. They're taking time out of the business to study and further develop their skills. There's all different ways this can look for you and for your business, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach because this is your business journey. So the people pathway is an acronym. I'll break it down for you just to support where we're at with everything. So think of the word people like an acronym. It stands for plan, employ, onboard, protect, leverage, and exit. And that is the exact pathway every single employee is going to take when they come into your business. You're going to plan to have them there, you'll employ them, you'll onboard them, you want to protect your business about everything that goes on with having employees, you want to leverage every ounce out of every employee, and ultimately at some point in time, every employee will exit your business. And managing that exit process, sometimes even making that exit process happen, is a necessary evil, can be tough. It can be one of the things I get people contact me most often saying, can you just handle this? Because it's not an easy thing to do, but it's a reality of being in business, and how you manage that can make all the difference to the rest of your team. Now, inside this video series, we're not going to go deep into every aspect of the people pathway, but I do want to share with you some of the key things that are really going to turn things around for you. Now, in video 1, we really focused on the planning aspect. And I know planning is not a natural gift or desire for many of you. If you're a fast-paced entrepreneur, the concept of planning probably makes you want to hit your head against a brick wall. That's me too, so you're not alone there. But it is so important. If we fail to plan, we're planning to fail. Without having a plan in place for who we're going to bring into our business, what the role should look like, when it's the right time to bring them in, we're likely to make hiring mistakes. Hiring mistakes are going to cost your business. Minimum estimates are that every time you need to replace a position in your business, the cost to you is 1/3 of that employee's salary. That's the minimum. There are some estimates that suggest it's upwards of 150% of the salary. Now, let's just take a really simple example. If you're paying someone $60,000 per annum, at a minimum, replacing that role is going to cost you $20,000. That's not something you want to be sniffing at. That's a big deal. So if you've got turnover issues, like the hospitality business that I told you about in video 1, who were replacing roles, I'm talking more than once a year, several times a year, over and over and over again. There were various challenges that this business faced. It wasn't all about making the wrong decisions, although they weren't always making the right decisions for that role at that time. They were picking people that they thought would be a good fit, but actually didn't have the skills for the role, or vice versa, had the skills for the role, but were terrible from a cultural perspective. And they were rushing the process, which is an absolute no-no every single time. But worse still, not only were they not making great hiring decisions, the processes that were in place from that point onwards were either non-existent or totally broken. So we had to first set about fixing the employability issues, who they were employing, making the right decisions there, before we could set about fixing the rest of the process. But in 12 months' time, they had a totally different business, a business that was far more successful because customers were coming back more and more and spending more money every time they were there because of the team that they'd created. So even if you feel like you're in a bit of a rut or you're struggling with that, it's one piece that we can easily fix and it's going to move you forward. To take a step back though, in video one, we really spoke about the planning of who to bring on when. And I walked you through an exercise that I call the clean slate exercise. Now, if you listened to that and you thought, nah, that's not for me, I do encourage you to have a go at it. Even if you spend just 10 minutes mapping it out on a simple piece of paper or a whiteboard or a document or a mind map app, whatever works best for you. I can assure you this simple exercise is so powerful in pointing out to you where things are at right now and what your ideal structure is. Because in business, we don't tend to think about the ideal structure when we're creating a team. We might create a plan for lots of other things. We might create a plan for our marketing, for our accounting and finances, for our budget, might even have a business plan, but we often don't have a plan for structuring our team. And over time, things get busy, business builds, and we just band-aid. We think, oh, we've got a problem here, we need to urgently fix that, we'll find someone to do that. Or we've got too many orders coming in, we need a second person to do that, and we fix that. And we end up band-aiding things. And over time, what it often means is that the roles that we create kind of become this weird merge situation. And you can end up having one person doing 3 different jobs that they're actually not gifted at, but you're just trying to fill up their time with the gaps that you've got. And it's not the best way to do things. It is the reality, and I've done it, you've done it, everyone's done it. But if we can take a step back, we can actually build a better way to do things. Sometimes doing this clean slate exercise points out to you that you're going to need to make change in your business. And change is not bad. I don't want you to be afraid of change, even if some of that change is going to involve some difficult conversations with some of your team. It isn't a bad thing. It means you're creating the business that's going to work for you. And it gives you space to create the team that is right for you, most importantly, and right for your business. So if you haven't done that clean slate exercise, I do encourage you to go and visit video 1, walk through that process and create that structure. And let me know here under these Facebook videos, how you went, whether you struggled, whether it was really easy, and whether you identified any gaps or surplus in your particular structure that you created. Because that's where we're going to go next in video 2. You'll either have a situation where you have a perfectly formed team already and you've gone ahead and created that future vision structure, in which case that's what we're working on in video 2, or you've identified that you've got some gaps that you need to fill. And video 2 is going to be so important for you if that's the case. Because whether you need to hire now or in the future, the people you bring into your business are so important in creating and building this winning team. If we bring the wrong people in to begin with, you're setting yourself up for headaches, heartache, and utter disaster. And there's some fundamentals we're going to talk about in video 2 in relation to the people we bring into our business. And sneak peek, it's not all about how technically brilliant they might be. And although that's important and we need them to be able to do the job, it is not the most important factor in ensuring that you hire the right people that are going to be truly successful in your business. So in video 2, we're going to focus on knowing who to bring in, when to bring them in, how to create the right position, and how to structure things so that we've got a really robust structure that we can use to serve us moving forward in this employee's journey with us. So video 1 was all about getting the planning in place and starting to get you thinking about creating that plan for your business. Video 2 is going to be all about who to bring in, when to bring them in, and how to really start building that winning team. You'll see throughout video 2 that the work you put in place now is going to help you to start to move towards those things we imagined in video 1. It's going to help you to see the reality of how having the right people in the right roles at the right time frees you up. Frees up your time, frees up your headspace, frees up your ability to do other things in the business, frees you up to be financially free and secure. And that can deliver all sorts of things in the business and outside the business. Maybe it's about being able to contribute to more charities, provide for your family, take a holiday, invest in the business or personally, do a house renovation. All those things, they can't be possible without the financial security and freedom that your business gives you. And without the right team, you just can't have that. So that's where we're going with video 2. Now, video 2 will be available to you tomorrow, which is Friday, the 18th of March. You'll get an email as soon as it's available there with the link to go and access that. In the meantime, if you're catching this replay, please let me know how you went with video 1 and the planning exercise and whether you're stuck or you have any questions. Even if you're not at this particular point that we're talking about, but you've got a challenge around building the right team for your business, let me know and I'll absolutely be happy to answer that for you. That's it from me for today. Thank you for joining us for our recap and our catch up. And I look forward to seeing you inside video 2 tomorrow. Take care.